Alright guys, they are actually showing us these Shiggy abilities. This is the new Shigaraki we're getting at the start of Season 4. That starts on March 27th, so in 5 days or whenever you're seeing this video. I don't know if it's coming out Saturday or Friday, we'll see. But as you can see here, Inescapable Decay, the end of all things, that is what we'll be together. Season 4 arrives 3/27, and this is with Shiggy. Shiggy will obviously be the first main thing on the new banner, and then All For One will come after this banner right here. And they are introducing the quirks, so let's go over the quirks that we have right now. As far as I remember, I believe this Shiggy is going to be an assault character, so Yellow Shiggy, or whatever you want to call him, similar to like Red Deku, Yellow Shiggy, whatever. But this is his alpha. It is called, Earthbreak, and it is very basic. It's just throwing a little bit of a rock or cement at your opponent. And if it hits, it does damage, but very much kind of like Cementos, you can actually throw it on the ground, and it will go spread decay in 3 different waves. So if you're having trouble hitting an opponent, you can actually just throw it on the ground near them, and the decay should hit. Now, does the decay do the same damage as the normal hit? I don't know. Does it do less damage if it hits multiple people? I doubt that, but this is pretty good because if it hits the ground and you're fighting like a whole team, I'd probably throw it at the ground a lot more because the three waves right here going in a little bit of a cone shape will definitely help you when you're actually trying to 1v2 or even just team fight. Alright guys, I had to re-record the whole video, so this is going to come out a little later than it should, but talking about the beta, and I'll tell you why I had to re-record this, it's called Grudge Shoot. What this does is you're going to chuck another rock or concrete, it's going to hit the opponent, and it's going to leave a decay puddle, very similar to the beta we have now, and it's going to tick 4 times and deal damage. Now, of course, afterwards, you're going to get infected by this kind of red aura, and that's going to show that you are infected by this decay. So again, you can most likely, what I'm assuming, is you could actually throw this beta on the ground and it will just do the puddle itself. You don't need to hit someone to activate this, but if you do hit someone, it's going to do that initial damage, and it's actually going to push them back a little bit so they get caught in this little 4 ticks of damage, right? 2, 3, 4. Now, of course, they can walk out of this, so they're not just going to stand in there and have to take all that damage. But the cool thing about this decay effect is we can see Mountain Lady coming in on the side here, and she has this red aura and she gets infected immediately. Now, look at how slow she comes to a stop right there. It just looks like she immediately gets slowed, like she has like the Ida exhaust, right? And she ran out of her gamma. This is not the case, man. I thought this infection slowed their movement, and I was gonna be like, this is crazy OP. But whoever recorded this did a terrible job, because if we go over to the Japanese and we look at the beta here, we can see Mount Lady running, and she keeps her speed all the way through, okay? So that threw me for a loop, because I thought anyone infected with this decay would be slowed, and slowed very much like Ida when he's exhausted out of his gamma, right? And that scared me, because that'd be a crazy OP move. So again, it's just gonna decay, and if we read the example, it's just gonna throw debris, causes decay on impact. Any enemies hit by the attack are affected by decay and takes damage for a set time. So they take damage, and I guess the decay, there's no tick, but I imagine you're taking damage while you're infected, similar to how like Todoroki or Endeavor burns you. Maybe Endeavor doesn't, but Todoroki like has that burn effect. Your HP will slowly go down. I imagine it goes through your shield, so it's very similar to that, I imagine. So that is the beta, and I'm glad I looked at the Japanese Twitter, because my lord, did I think Shiggy was about to be the most OP person in the world. But we're safe. Moving on to his gamma, it is called Catastrophe, and it is basically similar to the gamma we have currently right now, Shiggy, the red Shiggy. This is the assault Shiggy. And what's going to happen is you're going to dash, and the dash, if you hit someone through that dash, you're going to infect them immediately, and then of course you're going to infect anyone around, right? So it's just kind of like an instant infection. I imagine it does damage. The combo I was thinking of, and man, I was scared about this, because I thought this is like would cause the major slow, but it doesn't. But the combo I'm seeing probably that's gonna happen is maybe gamma, beta, then alpha, right? But I imagine you're probably just going to be chucking rocks from anywhere. The other part of the gamma is you can use it in the air, so his vertical mobility is a lot better now. And if you hold it while you're in the air, you'll come down, similar kind of like Deku's Manchester Smash. You'll come down, create a little bit of a shockwave. It's decently big. It probably scales with the level. And it infects anyone it touches. And of course, even if it doesn't touch someone that's near, if it does touch someone at least, this person will infect the person near. And it will infect, thanks so much for following, it will infect people that aren't on the person's team. So like if this Cementos has 2 other people on his team, it'll affect those 2 people near him. But if another team comes into contact, they will also get infected most likely. So guys, that is the only 3 abilities they have shown. And I apologize for this coming out late. It was supposed to come out maybe like 20 minutes ago, but I was yapping, talking about how this slow was gonna be like crazy OP and super annoying, but it's not. It's nothing. It's just gonna be a little bit of damage over time. Those ticks aren't gonna be too much. I imagine the pool is gonna get bigger scaling, right? If this is level 9, this is gonna be probably as big as the beta level 9 Shiggy we know now. And the ticks obviously will do more damage. So again, Shiggy's looking very good at an end game perspective. He doesn't look too crazy OP. I mean, if we look at his alphas again, and sorry for yapping, you know, it's going to be hard to land. These aren't going to be easy to land because it looks like the projectiles aren't necessarily slow, but they're very like Cementos kind of things, right? And Cementos is a little easier to hit because, you know, they come out really big. These are a little small, so... guys, with that all said, let me know what you think about this Shiggy. I am very glad there is no slow. Thank you, Japanese Ultra Rumble Twitter account, because I would have been terrified. I'm curious if they posted their version of the gamma. They did not. But yeah, let me know if you are rolling for Shiggy. Let me know if you're saving for All For One. I, for one, of course, will be going for this Shiggy, and wish me luck because I do not want to spend $400, but I might have to. And if I do have to, please like and subscribe right now, and I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great one. Bye.